When talking about rest days, you might also be kind of curious if you need to just sit and do absolutely nothing. Well, I guess I have some good or bad news depending on which camp you're in. If you're somebody who wants to sit and do nothing, I would maybe steer away from that. So let's talk about complete rest versus active rest. So a complete rest day is basically where you are essentially sedentary through the entire day. You're sitting a lot, maybe you get up, do some, just general movement, making your lunch, taking your dog out for a walk. That would be what I would consider complete rest. So active rest is where you would get up and do some stuff that's not maybe part of your normal workout routine per se, but it will still get your blood flowing. It still might even break a little bit of a sweat. It doesn't have to though. And it's just going to get you out and moving more than if you just kind of sat and did absolutely nothing. So for most people, I highly recommend that ideally you are going to be doing an active rest day. Okay, so if you normally do like a really hard workout and after that, you're gassed, this active rest can make a big difference. And the reason why I think that you should do active rest is because most people should be active every single day. This doesn't mean you have to be killing yourself in your workouts every single day, but actually being physically active is incredibly important. This is because it helps promote recovery for your next workouts. As we know, the workout itself is sort of important, but it's actually the next workout and the next workout, and being able to constantly adapt and stack all of those different workout stimuluses on top of one another to build our overall capacity and build our overall strength, muscle mass, and endurance for a long period of time. So it helps you for multiple workouts for that recovery. On top of that, it really helps to keep your joints not stiff. I don't know about you, but I personally do not like waking up and feeling like, oh my gosh, I need to do 10 hours of stretching just to get my mobility back up to par. That's not what we want, especially when we go back to those normal workout days. So on your rest days, if you're doing some light physical activity, this can keep your joints nice and lubricated. It can help you to feel better, right? So you're not going to feel as much pain, but you're also going to feel better for that next workout as well, okay? So not just feeling non-stiff on that one day, but you're also feeling non-stiff on the next workout day if you are getting in some active rest. Another great thing that active rest days will do is that they help with overall digestion. And digestion, of course, is where we are getting all of our nutrients to help us recover our body from our workouts and improve our overall fitness. So if you're not digesting properly, if you're backed up and you feel like maybe a little constipated, that's going to make you feel worse for your normal workouts, worse on your rest days, and worse in normal real life. So I personally, I walk a lot every single day, even on my active rest days. And if there is a day where I decide to go out of town, for like a day trip, and I'm not getting in a little bit of movement, even just my normal walking I do, I will feel backed up for multiple days when it comes to my overall digestion. Everything slows down when you are not physically active, which can cause a lot of issues downstream over time. So another reason that I really like implementing rest days, active rest days I should say, is that it really helps with energy. You've probably had a day where you're like, I'm just going to take a complete rest day. And you sit, and by the end of the day, you have zero energy. You feel like complete crap. And you don't even know if you want to work out that next day. So the active rest days are incredibly crucial because they give you a little bit of pep, give you a little bit of energy, but don't beat you down as much as maybe a normal workout would do for you. So that little bit of blood flow, a little bit of good feeling of endorphins flowing through your body, that goes a really long way long term in making your workouts kind of compound and be the best over time. So just some options for active rest days, and this isn't an exclusive list, but these are some things that I've done and some things that you could do. Basically, any form of low impact cardiovascular activity is going to be great, especially ones where you're not really skyrocketing your heart rate that much. So this could be something like walking, just trying to get maybe 3,000 to 4,000 more steps than normal as kind of a way to get more activity, but still not necessarily push your boundaries of a normal workout, right? Stationary bike at a really low speed. Elliptical is really good. That puts very little wear and tear on your joints, and a lot of people like how the motion is on it, right? It's really smooth and easy to get on. Some very light weights. I almost am hesitant to say this, but you can go into the gym and maybe you do a normal squatting workout with the barbell and weights on it, for example. Maybe today you're just doing some body weight squats, some very slow and controlled body weight squats to still kind of work the squatting movement pattern. You're not really going to build a lot of muscle from doing this, but that's not really the point. The point is to just get your joints and body generally moving. So you could do some very, very lightweight training. You should not feel tired at all if you do this. Be very, very, very conservative if you're considering that. Stretching, of course, is another really popular active rest day activity. You could do some static stretching, some dynamic stretching routines. I have a few on my channel that you could check out, but overall, if you just type in, dynamic stretching routine or static stretching routine, yoga is a good one too that can really help to calm your mind and body as well. Some light sport. So if you are a fan of maybe shooting hoops outside, maybe you have a hockey goal and you just want to kind of practice doing some shots on the hockey net. Maybe you're a golfer, go out and do some golfing. That's really, really low impact. I bowled in high school. So you could go out and do some bowling. These are very, very small forms of physical activity that are still, they're getting your heart rate up a tiny bit, not a lot. They're still moving your body, so your joints are getting some good nutrients to them, right? Which will make you feel better. They'll make you recover better, and they will overall make you move better for your next workouts. Some light house chores also too. A great time to do some spring cleaning, and just realize that when you are up and moving around your house, it might not seem like a lot, but if you crank out like an hour of chores where you're not sitting, maybe you're taking out the garbage, maybe you're doing some deep cleaning, that is all physical activity that will culminate to your body moving. We're not trying to overcomplicate this. We are just trying to move a little more in place of our normal workout. My active rest days simply involve me walking a little bit more than what I would do on a normal day. On a normal day, I try to hit roughly 10,000 steps. On an active rest day, I try to do maybe 2,000 more steps, 3,000 more steps, a little bit more. I don't overcomplicate this thing. Find what works for you, find what works in your schedule, and will allow you to take advantage of those active rest days. Another good option too, if you are, somebody who just really, really wants to have a actual workout on your rest day, is to just do some normal cardio. So I talked about doing light cardio, but if you're somebody who's very highly trained, you might think to yourself, that just doesn't do it for me. Another good way to think about it is to do maybe weights on one day, and then your rest days, you're gonna do some cardiovascular exercise. So you're resting from the weights, you're getting your stimulus from weights, so you're recovering from that. And then you just do a little bit of cardio. So maybe instead of a light walk, you're gonna do a very brisk walk. Stationary bike, instead of a light stationary bike, maybe you're gonna go a little bit harder. Make sure your pulse is a little bit higher in that case. Either way, there's no one size fits all. You got to find what works for you the best. I have gotten to the point where I like taking a complete rest day, at least twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week, just because it's nice to decompress from everything gym related. But if you want to keep moving every single day, which you should be, those active rest days are going to be incredibly crucial. So keep in mind that you need to be doing those. Like the video if this is giving you some good value.